Yeah, let's go.
What you just saw there was me taking profit on this trade right here, and I'm going to break it down and show you exactly how you can do it too. So let's go ahead and get straight to the sauce. So this was a set of shorts from yesterday on NQ. Now we had ES because this was a very important component to this. We had SMT divergence. So as you can see here, let me go ahead and mark out New York session real quick. So right there. Okay, cool. So this red line right here, that's New York. So as you can see, we clearly swept the highs on on ES. However, we did not on NQ. So that was the SMT divergence, a bearish one. Now, when it came to entering the position, we had to enter within the macro time. So I waited for the macro times to come up. Now, in terms of biases, okay, my initial bias was biased because we had a 4-hour gap right here and a 4-hour gap right here. Which did not get respected fully on ES until the end of my trade. And because of this bearish SMT, my bias it became sells. Okay. Now, I like to identify common confluences between both assets and use them both. On ES, we had an inversion of this fair value gap. You see this break right here? That's when I entered the trade. Preferably, I would love to have entered up here. However, if you look at the time correlation of this trade, it had not quite broken just yet. So let me scroll it this way. This is what ES looked like, right? While NQ looked like that, right? NQ finally broke, but ES did not. Not until the macro actually was taking effect. Okay. Now, when it came to entry model, I also used this inverted fair value gap, and this breaker block. I actually have a buddy that actually took the trade at the inverted fair value gap instead. Following my EA futures on Instagram and YouTube, by the way. I'll post some screenshots here, but we both took the same trade. We took the same fat wins. So freaking awesome. But let's go ahead and continue here, right? So we had the inverted fair value gap, we had the breaker block, that was the entry. Matter of fact, I had entered this position twice. As you guys can see here, ES had actually came back up and broke above the inversion of this gap, causing me to like hop out of the position. I ended up closing that position roughly around break even. Actually, I can show you here. Let me actually go by positions. Where is it? Trades. Yeah, this $75 trade right here. No, yeah, this one right here. This is the one that I had entered initially, and then this is the one that I had officially won with. So, however, in the macro still, price broke below the inverted fair value gap again. It's like, you know what? No, it's getting respected. Entering back in this position, I did, and we took the win at a 1-3. And I can show you the stats here on the account. So this is my first account, and this is going to be my second account here. Look at that. Solid freaking trade right here. Look at this. You see two trades. There you go. That's an easier way to show you guys. So you see how this is one of my break-even trades, and then this is the official trade when I re-entered. Now, when it comes to the trade grade, A+ setup, right? We had an SMT divergence. We entered into macro. We had at least one higher time frame aligned. Equal highs and equal lows. Equal highs were swept. We had high day sweep as well. Very strong confluence there. We had breaker block, inversion, fair value gap. One of the strongest entry models to date, or at least like so far from what I've been playing with. If we go to key terms here, I'm going to go to entry models here. So inversion to fair value gap and the breaker block, 21% combo there. The strongest one's definitely going to be the 1 minute supply or demand and confluence with it. But yeah, that is it for this trade here. Very simple setup. Honestly, would take it again and again. Just remember, stack your confluences. The more confluences you stack, especially like your key levels, the higher probability your trade's going to be. Remember, I wasn't married to the bias. My original bias was going to be biased because we're at a 4-hour gap, but I wasn't married to it because we saw a major sweep of liquidity. And honestly, we're just scalping. And probably one last little takeaway here too is I want you guys to look at, where are we? Right here. So this guy got respected on ES finally afterwards, right? So I want you to look at the reaction, okay? Look at this line right here. The moment that NQ reverse was when price tapped this 4-hour fair value gap. So remember counting Confluences. Anyways, that is it for this video. I hope you guys gained some value from this, and I hope you guys are ready for more fire. Anyways, God bless, and see you guys next time.